What's good, family? It's your man, Mark Black. First of all, I want to wish all my people a happy Thursday. I hope you all are doing well out there, living the dream, or at least your version thereof. First of all, I want to say thank you for everybody for understanding that there was no Morning Joe this morning. I want to make sure I hit y'all with just one broadcast a day. You know, Morning Joe's is our time to spend together, but in light of recent circumstances, I felt the need for a special report, a special broadcast for the people. So I appreciate everybody's understanding about the lack of the Morning Joe. By the way, as requested, there's a link that I popped into the chat, and there's also a link in the description field to purchase your ADOS cup to represent. Again, it's a little pricey, but it supports the channel. It shows solidarity, and you can get your motherfucking Morning Joe in with your man, right? So make sure you go ahead and click that link and place your order, all right? So before I get into it, I know I've done this previously, but this is the last goddamn time that I'm going to do it, all right? We are going to understand, people, right? Because I know the family gets it. But for all you motherfuckers who come in here and will be butthurt about what it is that I'm about to say, understand that there's a difference between generalities and individual cases. In other words, special snowflakes, Cinderellas. If this slipper don't fit you, don't put the motherfucker on. This is the last time I'm saying it. Moving forward, I'm not going to be sitting here putting the soothing balm over motherfuckers' feelings, because going in at this point means that you know exactly where I stand, where I'm going with this thing after this broadcast today. After this, the only people I'm talking to is ADOS family, allies, and white folk, because these are the only motherfucking interested parties in this matter. Everybody else, shut the fuck up. So with that having been said, let's go ahead and get into it. Because today, I want to talk about the one thing that's on everybody's mind, it seems like these days. The fear of an ADOS America. As you well know, family, ADOS, hashtag ADOS, has become a thing. Thomas, that's fucked up, man. But you know what? Don't be surprised, right? Do not be surprised. Because at this particular point, family, they are going to be looking at us with a microscope. And don't worry, I'm going to address it. But hashtag ADOS has come to the fore. And we've been bringing some motherfucking much needed sunshine and smoke for some people who have previously been getting passes, who have been previously riding us as the dutiful and faithful mules that we have been. We have been mules to everybody in America. We've been mules for fucking immigrants. We've been mules for fucking pan-africanists. We've been mules for white folks. We've been mules for pro-blacks. We've been mules for everybody. We have jumped on board everybody's struggle. Everybody's struggle. And now, the moment that we say, yeah, we're going to do a little self-love. Shout out to Brother Goku and welcome to the broadcast, and Brother Rich too as well. Now that we are showing a little self-love, right? Now that we're doing a little self-care, now that we've taken our focus and rather than gazing, looking at everybody with our broad gaze to address everybody's injustices and everybody's shit, and we have turned those eyes onto us. Now these motherfuckers got some problems, don't they? Now they're in the goddamn feelings. Now everybody wants to be butthurt. Now everybody wants to claim that we're being divisive. Now everybody wants to say that we are fucking up the church's money. Well, you know what? We sure in the fuck are. Because I want to tell you, shout out to Queen Jet Black, sister, welcome to the broadcast. Because I'm here to tell you, from now on, moving forward, if you think that ADOS is talking about you, we are. If you find yourself feeling some sort of way, right? Let me see if I can make some adjustments to the lighting here so we don't have that bullshit going on, right? If you feel like ADOS is making you feel some kind of way, if in your little inner bitch, you in there quivering about the possibility of Black Americans, Native of Black Americans standing up for their interests, their agendas, their goals, and that's got your butt feeling a little sore, your heart feeling a little tender. If you think we're talking about you, motherfuckers, we are. We are. We coming for you. All you motherfucking happy mule riding motherfuckers, all you collaborators, all of you motherfucking traitors, we coming for you. Because you see, family, one interesting thing about this week has been the complete lack of butthurtery coming from white folks. Yeah, I said it. I'm all over social media. And every time I pop up something with ADOS, the motherfuckers I see that are throwing the most bombs, trying to give us the most smoke, trying to denigrate us, trying to shame us, trying to lie on us, trying to dox us, isn't white folks. I just watched a broadcast of a white man, shout out to Steve Hilton, goddammit, on Fox News yesterday, who got on national TV and said that Black Americans need specific redress for the specific wrongs committed against our specific groups. And yes, the white man, the goddamn cave-dwelling troglodyte from West Asia, said reparations. Meanwhile, the Butter Biscuit Brigade, the so-called conscious, woke, pro-black motherfuckers, and Black immigrants of all stripes have been accusing us of xenophobia, accusing us of single-handedly working to bring down the pan-Africanist juggernaut, and all sorts of random fuckery. That is, when they ain't sucking on the Democrats' dick, calling us a bunch of motherfucking bots. Do I look like a motherfucking bot to you? You lousy punk bitches, we coming. We coming for your necks. And all of you who have been comfortable, all of you who have been well positioned in your little sinecures, right? All of you who look at niggas like me as people who should just sit back and shut the fuck up and watch you rise. Shout out to New Possibilities, punk ass. Not today. Not today. For all of you out there who claiming that we're begging the white man, that we're in the prone position playing the little bitch again, you sadly motherfucking mistaken. ADOS is not a movement. ADOS is our lineage. ADOS is our heritage. And no longer will we be the hoes of Africans, pan-Africanists, black immigrants, and butter biscuit boule bootlicks. That's right. I said it. You know, the motherfuckers you look down on, the ADOS people, have been the hoes of pan-Africanists for decades. And now that we've taken the spoons and the forks out your hand and telling you that you can't eat off our plate no motherfucking more, you want to feel some kind of way. So if you think we talking about you, we are. We sure in the fuck are. Let's get into it, family. Let's get into it. Because after this video today, as I said, I'm not addressing no more butthurt ass immigrants. I don't give a fuck about your stupid pan-Africanist bullshit. I don't give a fuck what you think about ADOS. You attack us, we're going to attack you. We're going to see you as the motherfuckers you are, which is enemies to our people. And I'm going to lay out the casus belli, the cause for war. And when I'm done today, I'm only talking to ADOS people, our allies, and white folks. You know, the only three interested parties in this particular matter. The rest of you motherfuckers could eat a bag of dicks. Let's talk about it, family. Because they've been using some real shady motherfucking tactics against us this last week, haven't they? But see, family, I get it. I get why you don't see more videos like the one I'm about to do. Because I'm actually going to address their bullshit as it is. The logical fallacies that they stand on in order to be able to shoot us down, right? So when you're done watching this one, you can point right to every motherfucking fallacious argument they're making and go, up, composition fallacy, up, affirming and consequent, up, false dilemma, up, fallacy of exclusion, up, ad hominem attack. And you can just dismiss these bitches right out of hand. Here's one of the first motherfucking things that they've been doing. Thank you, Monolito. Keep riding with me, brother. It's only going to get better. Shout out to Eric Killmonger. Welcome to the broadcast. Shout out to Brother David. Glad to see you back. Shout out to the spook that sat beside the door. Pal. Right? Shout out to all the people that just joined the broadcast. Make sure you hit that motherfucking like button over to the side there and share this shit on your social media. Because we ADOS people, we need to have a talk with these motherfuckers today. And I'm just that nigga to get it in. One of the first motherfucking things that they've done is they've been using what's called in logic, right? In philosophy, a composition fallacy. Peace, Brother Christopher. Welcome to the broadcast. A composition fallacy is the fallacy that in making an argument that simply because one thing is true, that a whole thing is true, right? So in other words, it's taking a part of a set and claiming the truth of an entire set. Here's how they do it. These black immigrants have been saying that because some black immigrants have supported ADOS throughout our struggle, throughout history in this country, that all immigrants do. That's a fallacy of composition. Because simply because there have been black immigrants and diaspora Africans, African immigrants, and so on and so forth that have been on board with our efforts for our liberation does not mean that every motherfucking immigrant that comes here is on board with what we're doing. Shout out to Brother Kevin and Matthew. Welcome to the broadcast, and Brother Albert. See, family, they want you to understand that, oh, we not only can wear your lineage like a cloak, but we've actually had infiltrators that came before us, trailblazers who came before us, who made the way for us to be ADOS in America. Bullshit. How many times this week, family? What's up, Ray? Welcome to the broadcast. And Tavares, thank you for the tip, brother. I appreciate it. How many times this week have we heard Marcus Garvey's name being thrown up? Look, I love the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and I haven't heard his name mentioned so much in a year previous than I have this last week. How many people have mentioned Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael? How many? Nothing but bad respect for Brother Stokely. I'm sorry, Brother Kwame Ture. But I haven't heard his name mentioned this much since the last time I watched a documentary about the Black Panthers. Oh, they even bringing up old hallowed greats amongst ADOS family like Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, and so on and so forth. These niggas is desperate that they got to reach back 50, 60 years to demonstrate to us that some people have actually came and got on board with our struggle. And on top of that, they've used them as a part of their fallacious bullshit arguments. They've been committing a composition fallacy in every one of the motherfucking arguments that we're supposed to assume that simply because some immigrants, some black immigrants have came here and jumped on board the ADOS train, right? They have hitched their wagon to our star. That all immigrants should be treated as if they have done that, which in point of fact is absolute motherfucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Family, if you got kids that's listening and raw language is a factor in your house, trust me, this may not be the broadcast to have them listening. I personally don't mind if my kids hear a little bit of heated language, a little heated verbiage. I use profanity. Just a heads up that if you got your kids listening, understand your brother's going the fuck in and harsh language and cursing is going to be used. Just a heads up. The gravy train is motherfucking over. Seton, welcome to the broadcast, said, I have never seen so many African immigrants turn us on us so quickly. You know what? That's fact. But the point is, you haven't seen it because it is so normal for them to do it that we don't see it. Miss Denny hit it on the head. Better that we know now. I'm so glad these motherfuckers is just feeding us rope. That's right. Viewer discretion is definitely advised, Rich. I just love it that they feeding us rope. They giving us plenty of rope so we can just tie the motherfucker. This is being figurative, by the way, before you bitches start saying that Mark Black is advocating violence against you. I'm speaking figuratively when I'm saying the analogy of giving us enough rope to hang you motherfuckers with. That is figurative speech, not hate speech, not violence. So fuck you. Thomas, I don't have enough subs yet to have a super chat button. But if you want to throw some bread your brother's way, go ahead, one of my mods, and hit him with the link. And I appreciate the support. Elias, by the way, brother, welcome back to the broadcast. I thought I had ran you off. Here's another, and I wasn't trying, Elias, by the way. Hope you know that. But here's another motherfucking bullshit ass fallacy that they've been using in arguments against ADOS. They've been using a fallacy called affirming the consequent. Now, I'm going to translate that into nigga speak. They've been putting the cart of their argument before the horse. Affirming the consequent is putting the cart of their argument before the horse. Let me run it down to you. I'll give you an example of what affirming the consequent looks like. Because family, forewarned is forearmed. We're going to need to get grimy with them. We can't be sitting here trying to educate them, placate them, have discussion with them. They're not in this for discussion. Because family, any assertions made without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. You need to understand that. Stop playing song and dance with these motherfuckers. Stop it. They are not looking to try and have reasoned, measured discussion with you. They are looking to destroy you. They are looking to shunt you off, to sheepdog you. They are looking to corral you, to control you, to put the leash back on you. And like the motherfucking rabid dogs they accuse us of being, every time they rear their ugly heads, we need to be... God damn it, is this motherfucker on? So stop playing word games and patsy footing with these motherfuckers. They ain't in it for that. They are literally trying to destroy your one big push since our civil rights struggle in the 60s. They are looking to discredit you, to dox you, to make false accusations against you, to shade you, to disrespect you. This is not the time for our addiction to take in the high road, to take front and center stage. This is not our time to sit here and hold the moral victory while we take and hold the L at the same time. No. And I need you to understand this. Seddon said that all skin folk ain't kin folk. Facts. Understand that. These people are not your people. They are not your allies. They are enemies. And as such, they should be treated as such. We have been way too nice to these motherfuckers the last week. Way too nice. We have gone back and forth with them saying, no, brother, it's not that we hate y'all. We just trying to stand up for... No. See, we really are about pan-afrikanism. We just trying to get ours. We've been nice than a motherfucker to them. Engaging, empathetic, understanding. And what have we gotten in return? What have we gotten in return? We have gotten patent manipulation. We've gotten disrespect. And we've gotten threats. We have gotten slander. We have gotten lies. Thank you, Kevin, for the tip, brother. I appreciate you. We have been way too nice to these motherfuckers. Way too nice. That shit stops today. This is our casus belli. That's Latin for cause of war. Right? This is our declaration that say, if you ain't on the ADOS train, then you are an enemy. Period. All right. Let me get back to this shit, because y'all got me heated, family. And I promised Miss Denny I would keep it calm, cool, and measured, because y'all know how I can get, goddammit. So affirming the consequent. Peace, Sister Shar. Much love to the hardest working woman in show business. Welcome to the broadcast, sister. Glad to have you. Here's an example of what affirming the consequent looks like in dialogue, right? In argumentation. ADOS are black. ADOS have experienced long-term systematic oppression. Foreign blacks are black. Foreign blacks are therefore entitled to the same justice as ADOS. Can y'all not see the fallacy in that chain of that argument? Can you not see the fallacy in that? Look at the premises. We as ADOS are black folk. We as ADOS have experienced systematic, institutionalized oppression, brutality, rapine, theft, murder here in the United States. Black immigrants who come here are also black. Therefore, they're entitled to the same redress, remediation, repair as ADOS. I know I can't be the only one to see the motherfucking like, huh? In that? Excuse me? We done went through 400 years of fuckery in Fortress America, and you done been here 2 hot minutes, but you want a seat at the table? You want a voice? The fuck we look like? But that's what they've been hitting us with, family. That is what they've been hitting us with. They've been claiming that because they're black too, that they should be treated the same as Native American blacks. As blacks who've been here since before America even fucking existed. You have got to be shitting me. You ain't been here long enough to wipe your motherfucking ass. But you want us. Thank you, Thomas, for the tip, man. I appreciate it. Let me get this straight. Africans, diasporan black folk. Your argument is because you may have had some effects of slavery where you come from, that you're entitled to pursue redress for slavery here in the United States, where you have not been, where you do not descend from, where you do not have any investment. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's the case, then I should have a claim on the UK for all you motherfuckers from the Caribbean, but I don't. I don't see Jamaica saying, oh yeah, and while y'all talking about breaking bread with us, I need y'all to break off some of that bread to our brothers and sisters in the motherfucking United Snakes. I don't see y'all talking about that shit. When you're addressing your specific grievances and redress to the motherfucking United Kingdom, you're not including us, and you shouldn't. Because what happened to you at the hands of the UK was what happened to you. Sister Jazz, much love to you and welcome to the broadcast. Brother Allen, thank you for joining the broadcast. And you're right, total disregard for our lineage and our history. Everywhere where there's blackness, whether on the continent or in the so-called diasporan countries, black people have always been, at least here in America, have always had your backs. We talk about you. We lift you up. We support you. Sure, we broke as fuck, so we can't throw a lot of remuneration your way, but we try with everything we got in you to support you. Support you where the fuck you are. Now we're demanding that you return the favor and you bitches are feeling some kind of way. Miss us with that bullshit. Miss us with that. Mike Rossio said it's us versus the world. We've always been alone in our fight. Facts. Family, if you've learned nothing else from this shit over the last week or two, is this. ADOS, in the words of our esteemed ancestor and elder scholar and our brother John Henry Clark, we ain't got no motherfucking friends. Grim Green said T'Challa is too soft. Killmonger is right. The real Killmongers are going to fix this. Facts. Facts. Let me share with you, family, another. Absolutely, Jazz. Absolutely. When it comes to reparations from the United Snakes of America, this ain't got nothing to do with you continental Africans and diasporan Africans. This don't have shit to do with you. This is not your motherfucking fight. Support us or shut the fuck up. Period. Let me tell you another fallacy that these motherfuckers have been using against us the last week or two. They've been using the fallacy called the false dilemma. I'll run it down for you. So again, when you see it in their bullshit ass arguments, you know exactly how to address it. Here's what the false dilemma looks like. Either ADOS supports all black people equally, or we hate black people. Joey T, brother, welcome to the broadcast. And that was a fire-ass video. I'm honored that you let me host that on the channel. And anytime you want something hosted on the channel, brother, you let me know, and I got you. Genesis, welcome to the broadcast too as well. So family, I want you to hear me say these things because when you read them in text, sometimes they can slip these fallacies by you. So I'm speaking them out so that you understand, all right, clearly what manipulation is being done to you. They are making these false dilemma arguments that essentially say that either we support all of blackness everywhere on the globe, with every breath in our body, with every spark in our brain, or we traitors to the entirety of blackness on the globe. That's a false dilemma, family, and I can tell you why that's a false dilemma. Because it assumes, as usual, that niggas, ADOS, can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same motherfucking time. You know, you do realize, family, that we have more options than just those two. See, a false dilemma or a false dichotomy is set up to take a range of choices and break them down to only two. So it can't be that you support your ADOS brothers and sisters in our push for remediation, for restoration, for repair, and also see what's happening over in Africa, what's happening in Haiti, what's happening in Brazil, and have a heart for that too. No, see, you dumb niggas is too stupid to be able to divide your attentions like that. Right? You can't look at the rest of the black world and have an interest in that too and focus on building and uplifting your own shit. No. No, you either have your focus on the rest of black humanity or you're a traitor to all of blackness on the globe. It's a false dichotomy. And you need to understand exactly what the fuck it is when they use it against you. Family, we as ADOS have a range of choices. I'm going to lay some of them out for you. They are trying to accuse us. This is less towards the immigrants at this point. And I'll get into pan-afrikanists and other groups later. But one of the things that they've been trying to say against us is that ADOS is only focused on reparations. That's not true. Because if you notice, hashtag ADOS and hashtag Tangibles 2020 has been sitting side by side since Jump Street. Look, reparations is our North Star. There is no denying that. This country has a debt that is owed and it is due. However, there are steps along the way, such as a federal jobs guarantee, such as the restoration of the voting franchise to felons once they've completed their prison sentences, to land grants and programs that allow Black people to be able to pursue home ownership with no loans, to student loan forgiveness for American descendants of slaves, for the enrollment of Black Americans, the descendants of slaves, in Medicare en masse to ensure that we have adequate medical care, right? To dropping the age that descendants of slaves can take advantage of Social Security to 55 years old, especially considering that the average life expectancy for Black males is 64 years old. There's a whole host of tangibles that we can push for and advocate along the way toward the North Star that don't got shit to do with reparations. But they tell you that only the ADOS is only about reparations. False dichotomy. The expansion of grants in aid and zero interest loans through the SBA to allow for Black entrepreneurship. There's another tangible that don't have shit to do with reparations, but is a step toward making us whole. I'm so sick of you niggas insulting us as if we can't breathe and chew bubble gum at the same motherfucking time. Presenting us with these false dichotomies, these false dilemmas, as if we can't have a range of options. Here's another motherfucking false dilemma that they're presenting you with. White people were the ones who enslaved us in the first place. White people are bad. Thus, to ask white people for anything means that you're caping for white people. Really? Any idiot knows that if we are going to get anywhere near the goal, the North Star, that we are going to have to deal with white folks. That's just a fact. We are going to have to talk with them. We are going to have to sit in their councils. We are going to have roundtable discussions with them. There is no way in hell that anything that provides redress, remediation, repair, restoration for ADOS that is not going to involve white people. So you might as well get the fuck over it right now. We are going to have to talk with white people. We are going to have to see some white people be allies of ours. Oh my God, we're going to have to deal with the devil. But you bitches wasn't saying that when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had to sit down with the Klan in order to get acreage for the nation. You bitches wasn't saying that when Marcus Garvey was also meeting with the Klan to try to get redress for us, to get them to back our play. You idiots is stupid. Phil from the Advise Show did a broadcast where he received an email from a white separatist group who said, hey, your interests and our interests align. We want to make sure that we can do something for Black people so y'all can go y'all's way and we can go ours. Let's have a sit down. You know what this nigga did? He did a broadcast talking about, I don't talk to white supremacists and stuff. The fuck? I don't speak for all ADOS, and I don't pretend to. By the way, we got 64 people watching and 49 likes. If you a hater, hit the hater button. If you a lover, hit the lover button. But I'm going to tell you something. As an ADOS, I don't speak for us all, but I would like to think that this sentiment is common amongst our people. I don't give a fuck if it's the devil himself that's in power in this government. If the devil himself is talking about remediation, repair, and restoration for my people, we can have a motherfucking sit down. I don't care if it's David Duke. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck who it is. Because you see, family, they want us to stay in the same fucking inactive, no good, do nothing trick bag we've been in since the civil rights movement. They got you fear-mongering Donald Trump as if Donald Trump wasn't the only motherfucking candidate in 2016 that actually offered, that tabled a whole agenda for black people. Now, does that mean Donald Trump likes black people? Hell no. Donald Trump is just as whitest as the rest of them. But what this means is that we may have a point where our interests align. And that idea right there has got these motherfuckers shook. The idea that white folks might actually be on board with some tangibles for the descendants of slaves have got all these bastards shivering in their boots. That's right, David. They want us to motherfucking bleed out. Sitting here waving our RBG flag with that little RBG wool pulled over our eyes with our motherfucking jugular vein opened up and blood running down our chests. While they sitting there like the little lap dogs they are going. Fucking vampires. You motherfuckers have been vampires. Jazz is killing it today, goddammit. I knew I could count on my sister. That's, family, in case you were wondering, that's what the fucking ally looks like. Just so you know. That's what an ally looks like. Family, one last tactic, one last strategy I want to mention that they've been using against us, which ties very closely to the false dilemma, is the fallacy of exclusion. I'll translate that because, you know, I'm a nigga too. So I'm going to translate that into nigga speak. This fallacy says that we're committing acts of exclusion against other groups. Let me run it down to you what it looks like. They have been claiming that us as ADOS, organizing around our distinct and unique lineage and our heritage, is doing a harm to other black people on the globe. But here's the rub. Here's what makes it a fallacy of exclusion. Those same other groups of black people do the same thing they're claiming we're doing. Are you following me, family? Am I speaking black to you today? Hit 1 in the chat if that made sense to you, what I just said. They're claiming that we're doing a harm to them by doing the same fucking thing they do. Am I speaking black to anybody today? So here's how the argument goes. ADOS is working to exclude every other black person. Yet, last time I checked, black people consist of Mende, Hausa, Fawn, Dalmatian, Bajan, Antiguan, Barbadian, Jamaican, Cote d'Ivoirian, Guinea-Bissau, Benin, Ghanaian, Akan, Yoruba, right? Kikuyu, Twi, San, Xhosa, Bantu. So let us get this straight. It's okay for you motherfuckers to have your tribes, your nationalities. German, Jamaica forever. Right? It's okay for y'all to represent La República Dominicana, right? It's okay for y'all to represent y'all shit. Until we represent ours. Now we're creating disunity. We're creating, disharmony amongst all of the blacks on the planet Earth. The reason, again, family, why I'm saying this shit out loud is so that you'll recognize it when you see it in writing. Anybody that tries to claim that ADOS is excluding everybody else when everybody else already excludes people that are not particular members of their group is committing a fallacy of exclusion. Mike, check this out. I would love to see a June surprise because all you motherfuckers who really been throwing the shade, especially the people who are ADOS collaborators, right? I'm not talking about, I'm acknowledging you as American descendants of slaves because that's what you are, but you are collaborators for the status quo, which is also what you are, right? A lot of you motherfuckers are trying to sheepdog black people into co-signing some Democrat. But I got something right here that's going to shake you motherfuckers up so bad that you won't sleep tonight. All Donald Trump has to do to get black people to vote for Republicans for the next 100 years is to come out with some motherfucking tangibles on behalf of the Republican Party in June. Nice summer day. You going about your business, doing your thing, enjoying the sun, getting your vitamin D. When you see a notice talking about the president is going to get on national TV and speak to the nation tonight, and since he's the orange, chimpanzee, the tangerine king, Imperator Trump the first, whatever shady ass name you call him, right? You ain't really paying it no mind. So he gives a speech where he announces a comprehensive plan as a start to ultimately providing reparations for the American descendants of slaves. You Democrats are fucked. Fucked, fucked, fucked. Fucked. And that's what got you shook, you ADOS collaborators. The fact that your motherfucking paymasters from the Democrats don't have enough fucking respect for us to come to us with anything more than wobbling hot sauce and motherfucking I smoked weed. I'm telling you, if Trump makes a pitch, you motherfuckers are sunk. You motherfuckers are sunk. Democrats are so fucking dumb. Our people have given you our loyalty for the last 50, 60 years. And we haven't even asked you for a damn thing. And the one time, ADOS, 2019, we actually asked you for some tangibles. We get more of this a rising tide lifts all boats BS. And we get I listen to Snoop Dogg or I live in Newark. The only motherfucker among you who's got enough balls to actually suggest reparations is a female, and she white. Shout out to Marianne Williamson. Meanwhile, I got to get motherfuckers coming to me talking about they listen to Cardi B. You think we're that fucking stupid? Oh, that bitch listened to Cardi B. Well, she got my vote. What the fuck? You know what's funny to me? This bitch gets on the Breakfast Club, talks about she smoked weed while listening to Snoop, while she listening to Pac. Meanwhile, ask yourself, how many black folk does she lock up for the same motherfucking thing? Nonviolent drug offenses. She chief prosecutor. AG is the motherfucking chief prosecutor of the state. So this bitch can blaze up a spliff. She can hits from the bong. She was probably listening to Cypress Hill too. Bitch. But your black ass do it, and she's putting you under the motherfucking jail. See, we're not going at these motherfuckers because of their ethnicity. We don't give a shit. Look, Democrats, take a word from somebody who actually is a proponent of ADOS, okay? Listen to me and listen to me carefully, because I know listening is not quite your strong suit. We don't give a fuck about the ethnicity of anybody you put before us. We don't care if they're black. We don't care if they're white. We don't care what their ethnicity is. We've got two things that we care about coming from any Democrat. If you are claiming to be black, are you wearing our lineage like a cloak, right? If she was repping Jamaica and India, we would not have a problem with Kamala Harris. Now, we would have a problem with her motherfucking policies, her agenda, her stances, and so on and so forth, right? She'd still get fucked from us from that, but we wouldn't give a shit about her lineage. She's not us, so don't wear us. You know what I'm saying? Just because you went to how you was born in Oakland, went to Howard, you are AKA ski wee, right? And you like Cardi B, that don't mean shit. Cardi B don't even like black people. What the fuck? You could have at least picked a rapper bitch who claims to be black. But I digress. We don't care about her skin color. You stupid Democratic motherfuckers. This ain't about whether she's black or not. Kamala Harris does have a claim, albeit nebulous, to blackness with her partially Jamaican, partially, we think, Indian father, right? Because I think he's mixed race Jamaican, which again, not my concern. I don't care, right? I don't care what her lineage is. I care about the fact that she's wearing my lineage as a cloak to try to demand my fucking bullet, to demand that we stand as an army to fight for her. No, you don't. You don't get to play that game with us. And the second thing, Democrats, that we care about from any of your fucking candidates is, what are you going to do specifically for the American descendants of slaves, not minorities, not people of color, not all Americans, us. That is all we want to hear from you. We want to stop those motherfuckers who are wearing our goddamn lineage like a cloak, like chameleons, from doing that. Now, Cory Booker is ADOS. Okay, good for him. It still don't mean he's getting our fucking vote with his song and dance. You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself in the position of white people to understand where they go. The fuck? Right? Cory. Come on now, bro. Come on now. You knew that was some fuckery. You knew that was some fuckery. Put ourselves in the position of white folks. Come on now. But at any rate, we know what it is with him. He's not likely to get our vote either. But we're not questioning his skin color, even though It's obvious he's passed the paper bag test. You know, you have to be this light to run for this office. We get it, right? But he ain't offering no tangibles either. This fool laughed when, you know, as an African American myself, the fuck? What's funny about the question of a black agenda? Like, can I ask you that, Corey? Like, what part of that was funny? Was that nervous laughter? Was that, you know, contempt or shade laughter? You know, make this make sense to me. Talk black to me, bruh. You supposed to be from Newark. Talk black to me, knuckle. Welcome to the broadcast cash flow. David, I think Corey is just using this presidential run to pad the pockets of some nonprofit organization so that when he's out of office, they hire him at an exorbitant wage and ensure his sinecure. That's what I really think. But that's just me. But Democrats understand, we don't give a fuck about the skin color of any of your candidates. If you put a white person in front of us who is offering clear, written tangibles that we can hold their motherfucking feet to the fire on, you might have a shot at getting some of our votes. If and you don't, expect 4 more years of Trump at Alia. It's as simple as that. And it's not us being mad at you, Democrats. Like you tell us, it's just business. It's just business. It's just business. Family, don't think that I'm letting these motherfucking so-called conscious, woke, pro-black, pan-Africanist motherfuckers off the hook. No, you bitches are about to get this smoke too. So step on up, bring your ass, because Mark Black has come to bring it to you. How many of you this week and in the past week, because it's only been about the last couple of weeks that this fuckery has been going on. How many of you in the last week have had to hear American descended of slaves who are pan-Africanists, right? These are motherfuckers who are like, you know, Africa for the Africans, you know, everything should be directed toward Africa. You know, the nigga whose name used to be Jerome Johnson, who's now, his name is Bushinka Kinanale Chihuahua or some shit like that, right? You know, these pan-Africanist motherfuckers. How many of them this week you've heard say that it was immigrants that started pan-Africanism for the American descendants of slaves? Hit one in the chat if you've heard that on your social media feeds, on your Twitter feeds, on Facebook, on YouTube. Hit one in the chat for me if that's something you've heard from these lousy motherfuckers sometime this week. Shit, I'm popping a 1 in there my goddamn self. Code Ref, don't worry about it, because I'm going to get to it. Come on, family, hit me with the ones. I know y'all done seen this shit. These Pan-African, conscious, woke, pro-black motherfuckers who talk about Marcus Garvey, right? Who talk about how Marcus Garvey was responsible for the development of Pan-Africanism, that if it wasn't for this brother from the Caribbean, and shout out to the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, may he rest in power. Much love to our brother. You feel me? Oh, but I noticed that these niggas never mentioned Martin Delaney. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this thing on? Yeah, Martin Delaney. You know, the brother who first coined the phrase Africa for the Africans, who worked hard to repatriate black people back to the motherland. That Martin Delaney, who lived back in 1820, 1830, something like that. And by the way, Martin Delaney was an American black. Oh yeah, uh-oh. Did I just drop a bomb? Martin Delaney was the first to say Africa for the Africans. The first to make a push for repatriation of freed and enslaved blacks back to the motherland. He worked with the American Colonization Society, who was responsible for the transport of 15,000 free and formerly enslaved blacks to Liberia. That's right, Martin Delaney, the father of Pan-Africanism and also a motherfucking American. I am not going to shade nor disrespect nor dishonor the memory of our dear esteemed brother, Marcus Messiah Garvey. But I will not allow you to slander and disrespect the name of our brother. He stood on the shoulders of American giants who came before him, you sorry motherfuckers. You know, family, these Pan-African, conscious, woke, pro-black motherfuckers fail to understand one important fact about our history here in this country. And that is this: Native American blacks, Native Black Americans, have long sought to establish our full expression of citizenship here in America without denying the need for universal black unity. Shout out to my brother Kraken. Welcome to the broadcast, sir. We have never, ever denied the need to understand that our ultimate fate is tied to the collective fate of blackness globally. But we have always sought to have the fullest expression of our citizenship where we are. Or to put this in understanding that niggas can understand, Jamaica for the Jamaicans, Antigua for the Antiguans, Barbados for the Barbadians, Ghana for the Ghanaians, and America for the Americans. You don't believe me? See, because unlike these sorry bitches, I'm bringing you facts. Everybody that I quote, links in the description to the documentation where you can read and view the information for yourself. Because that which is asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Kevin, yes. As a matter of fact, some of Martin Delaney's works involves his travels through Africa. So yes, he had definitely been to Africa. Y'all done fucked with the wrong group of black people. Y'all done fucked with the wrong ones. American descendants of slaves have been through the crucible. Bitch, I got more shade from my own people before the age of 7 than you motherfuckers could ever throw at me. My skin ain't soft like butter like yours. Native blacks have always worked to gain a foothold on this soil, on this land. This is our homeland. When we were brought here, family, understand, when we were brought here, yes, we came from all varying different tribes and shit, right? Some of us were Mende, some of us were Daoman, some of us were Senegambian, and so on and so forth, okay? But when we came here, all of that was kind of stripped away from us. And so what was left was ultimately a unique and distinct lineage that was descended from Africa, but was uniquely American. And so as Americans, we have always fought to have the opportunity to enjoy the fullest expression of Americanness. This is not a goddamn crime. Seton said, we are trying to fill in a hole that has been shattered. We need to learn to love each other, take care of each other, and accept that we are enough. Africa and Europe and Africa will never accept us. We define us. Facts. We have no motherfucking friends, family. All we got is allies and enemies. But we built for this shit. Y'all done fucked up coming at us. ADOS is built for this shit. Nigga, we built for Cuban links. What did you immigrants and conscious woke pro-black motherfuckers think that you could say to us that we ain't already dealt with or faced in Fortress America? Are you niggas high? Let me share something with y'all, family, to prove my point. There was a brother, David Walker, who in 1829 published an appeal to the colored citizens of the world. If you haven't read it, I actually put a link to Walker's appeal in 4 articles together with a preamble to the colored citizens of the world, but in particular and very expressly to those of the United States of America. That's the full title of his document. I'll put a link to it in the description for you bitches. No. I'm not talking about you ADOS family. I'm talking about you distracting ass bitches who don't read. Because in this document, our brother said, and I quote, "This country is as much ours as it is the whites. Whether they will admit it now or not, they will see and believe it by and by." That's David Walker, Article 4, page 58. This is just as much my motherfucking homeland as it is any white motherfucker here. The vast majority of white people are the descendants of immigrants to this country who came in small numbers during the mid-1800s and as in increasing numbers through the end of the 1800s and the start of the 1900s, or the end of the 19th and the start of the 20th century. Most of them through Ellis Island. My people have vastly more of a motherfucking claim on this country than 90% of the white folks that live here. This is my homeland. This is my country. This is where my ancestors' bones are buried and where their blood cries out from the soil for justice. You don't get to tell me that I have to somehow or another give up any claim to my homeland for the hope of a homeland somewhere else. Fuck you. There was an article published in 1982 in the Journal of American Studies. I also included a link in the description for you no-name bitches who don't read. Because unlike you, I don't assert shit without evidence. This article was written by David Hellwig, who talked about nativism amongst black people, because that's another argument that they've been hitting us with, that we're aligning ourselves with white supremacists, that we're becoming white supremacists in black skin by our push for nativism. But David Hellwig writes, and I quote, In itemizing the shortcomings of immigrants, Afro-Americans were not seeking to protect themselves from a threat to their well-being posed by an influx of newcomers as much as they were seeking to obtain what they as citizens viewed as rightfully theirs. The granting to immigrants opportunities denied to black natives symbolized the gap between the nation's professed values and beliefs and social reality, unquote. We ain't never been no motherfucking xenophobes, you bitches. How the hell are we going to be xenophobes when every immigrant group that comes here has its start in our fucking communities? Explain me that. Riddle me this. Make this shit make sense to me. Every immigrant group that comes here has its start in our community. Yet, we're supposed to be xenophobes? If we were xenophobic, we would not be frequenting the establishments of South Asians and Arabs. We would be burning them down. If we were xenophobes, we wouldn't be renting from Arabs, South Asians, Southeast Asians, African immigrants, and so on and so forth. We would be running your asses the fuck up out of our communities. Black people, ADOS, Native American blacks, niggas, my brothers and sisters may be many things, but xenophobes, bitches, we are not. What we are American citizens who have been fighting constantly since before the advent of America to have the fullest expression of Americanness. Why? Well, the answer is simple. Because we're Americans, you dumb motherfuckers. Sure, our descent is from Africa, but we are Americans. Why can't you dumb bitches seem to get that through your head? Why is that so anathema to you pan-Africanist motherfuckers that we might actually identify with our homeland? You idiot motherfuckers. The spook said we need to become xenophobic. Our community, it would change overnight. Shh. Don't get me started. I'm trying not to bite. Because if you motherfuckers want to see xenophobia, we can show you xenophobia. I would argue that we have been the most accepting motherfuckers of anybody in this country. And you have the nerve to accuse us of being xenophobes? Instead of going into your bodegas and your corner stores, xenophobia tells us we should burn your shit to the ground. Instead of renting from you, we should expropriate without your permission your homes and property that you purchase in our neighborhoods. And when you come to collect rent, you meant with a hail of bullets. That's what xenophobia is. Xenophobia means that when you motherfuckers try to purchase a place in our communities that your asses ran out of town on a rail. That's xenophobia. We have not been xenophobic to you. But if you so wish, we could be. That's not threats. That's facts. We have let you come into our communities where you commit ethnic warfare on us, like them bitches MS-13s, Norteños, and Sureños, like the Zopound, like these ethnic immigrant gangs that come into our community and commit warfare on us, but then we get the blame for the fucking hail of bullets. We get told that it's black on black crime when it's actually Haitian on ADOS crime, or where it's Jamaican on ADOS crime, or where it's motherfucking Latino on ADOS crime. We've been eating the fucking failure for you bitches since you been here, even in criminal activity. We ain't been xenophobes, but we could be. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, y'all better be glad that Mark Black is not Emperor of America for 6 months. I would have a moratorium, a complete moratorium on immigration. If you here already and you came in the right way, welcome. You're here. You made it by the skin of your motherfucking teeth. The rest of you wouldn't have a hope in hell of getting in here, legally or illegally, because I would authorize ICE to shoot you motherfuckers. If you're illegal, because if I invade your country illegally, I'm liable to go get taken down to the motherfucking police station and bounced around and tortured and my pockets rifled. And when I ain't got shit, bam, a bullet to the head and a ditch off in the motherfucking courtyard somewhere. So don't give me that shit. Americans have been nice to you. Y'all get arrested, a place to sleep, 3 hots in a cot, and you even get to go before a judge. Hell, that's more than some ADOS motherfuckers get. This is my country. Yet you have in Chicago, you have John Burge at Alia in Holman Square disappearing black people. Where the fuck was the Latino outrage for ADOS desaparecidos, you sons of bitches? Where they just disappeared us. People didn't even know where the fuck we was. And they're torturing confessions out of us. In Kansas City, Missouri, shout out to my hometown and home of the Chiefs. The police was kidnapping people off the streets in the 90s and bodying them. And we didn't even know what the fuck was going on. We see them disappear one day and we find their bodies a week later on the Missouri River. You motherfuckers, you immigrants, y'all some lucky bitches. You get to face a judge. You get 3 hots in a cot. Sure, they take your kids away from you just in case you do have pedophiles, rapists, murderers amongst you. But at least you'll get a chance to see them again when you motherfuckers go home. Here in America, I got brothers that walk out of their house one day and bam, an interaction with a motherfucking law enforcement officer means we burying them next week. You bitches is getting benefits already before you even citizens that American DOS have had to kick, claw, scratch, scrape, and drag this motherfucking country to give us. Look, this bitch Ocasio-Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is talking about defunding ICE because of their mistreatment of illegal immigrants. Fuck you, bitch. Defund ICE. Defund these nuts. I want a peace dividend. I want the peace dividend that I was promised when the Soviet Empire fall. Why don't we reduce the prison, or I say the military industrial complex, and fully fund ICE? I want these motherfuckers that overstay their goddamn visas to be gone. I want these motherfuckers coming across the border illegally to be gone. I am being serious. Because if you look at all of the evidence, family, who is the one group of Americans who are disproportionately affected negatively by not just legal immigration, by not just illegal immigration, but legal immigration as well? You got Southeast Asian motherfuckers, Pakistanis and Indians coming over here on H-1B visas, taking tech jobs that you, brothers and sisters, are working your ass off to get tech backgrounds for, but they won't pay you a living American wage. They will pay them a wage that lets them live like motherfucking gods where they come from, but they won't pay you. These large corporations are abusing H-1B to keep Americans out of jobs. Not just black Americans, Americans out of jobs. They tell us that we lazy and we won't pick crops, and that's why they hire immigrants. No, we won't pick crops for what essentially amounts to slave wages like you pay them motherfuckers. You pay us a living wage and raise the price of food a little bit, and I guarantee you I can round up 10,000 brothers that'll be down there picking crops every fucking season. We ain't lazy. It ain't that we don't want to work. But they would rather pay bullshit ass wages to immigrants and keep us out of the job market because we're Americans. And ADOS is saying no more of that shit. But now we're xenophobes because we're arguing for our interests. Immigration hurts us. And why does it hurt us, immigrants? Let me tell you why it hurts us. It hurts us because we have not been made whole as of yet. So if you want to be able to come here to Golden Mountain and take a piece of the pie, the best motherfucking thing you can do is back our play for reparations, for remediation, for restoration and repair. Because as long as they don't make us whole, we can't have you here. And that's just facts. We can't have you here. Family, who the fuck you think was picking crops before they start letting Latinos and other immigrants come in here en masse? It was us. So get off your motherfucking high horse. Niggas that always pick crops. It ain't nothing wrong with picking crops. Especially if they're paying you a living wage. As a matter of fact, maybe if more black people was able to get into agriculture, we wouldn't be living in food deserts now, would we? If we were able to support black farmers who had acreage, who could be able to transport food to our communities, we wouldn't be sitting there eating a bunch of processed shit that's killing us. We got to think on the long game, family. Come on now. I don't need to lecture you. I'm just going to come out and fucking say it. Because there's no nice way to say what I'm about to say next. So I'm just going to come out and say it. Pan-Africanism has largely failed American descendants of slaves. I'm just going to come out and say it. Pan-Africanism has largely failed us. Where, pray tell, are these flotillas of ships from the African Union with resources, food, aid, and transport for American descendants of slaves to repatriate to any one of 54 African nations that we want? Where is that? Go ahead, somebody, let me know if I missed the boat. No pun intended. Tell me, where is the universal push for an African passport that is also available to be issued to diasporan Africans? Here's another quick question, if I may. How is it that Haiti was able to get associate status with the African Union but not full membership if it's not an African country too? Somebody explain this to me. Tell me where the fuck has Pan-Africanism ever benefited American descendants of slaves? We go to countries in Africa, and this is not to say that Africans don't accept us generally, right? They do. I haven't been to Africa yet, and I'd love to go. And I've heard tell that Africans, my brothers and sisters on the continent, are some of the warmest, most generous, kind motherfuckers you ever want to meet, in the main. I believe that wholeheartedly. But I also can't pretend that to some of you, we're Akata. Some of you who are Arab-speaking are Abids, slaves. To some of you, we're Aruni. I can't pretend that y'all in y'all's internal councils, when you don't think that we don't hear you or we don't understand what you're saying, we don't know what you're calling us. It's not all of you, but it's enough. Pan-Africanism is a motherfucking scam. Yeah, I said it. Because let me tell you what Pan-Africanism truly has done for the American descendants of slaves. What it has done for the American descendants of slaves is it has allowed all of blackness globally to harness the energy of some of the hardest working motherfuckers anywhere. That would be us, by the way. You know, lazy, shiftless niggas. To harness the energies, the will, the effort, the concern, the care, the empathy that should be for us, for themselves, without having to reciprocate a single thing in return. Family, a non-reciprocal relationship has another term that's used to describe it. It's also called an abusive relationship. I am sorry to my ADOS brothers and sisters to tell you this, but we have been the Pan-Africanist bitch. We have been walking the whole stroll for Mother Africa. We boycotted, divested, and supported sanctions for South Africa during apartheid. We raised millions of dollars for our brothers and sisters in Haiti. We stood with Ghana when the floods happened in Accra. Like a good little bottom bitch. All they have to do is throw up RBG and shout at us, Pan-Africanism, we all we got. Thank you, CRU, for the tip, brother. I appreciate it. And we come running. Okay, Daddy, I got your money right here, Daddy. It's a non-reciprocal relationship. It's one-sided. I am a Pan-Africanist, but I also am not a fool. Pan-Africanism is a great-ass ideal. Let me know when Africa and the diaspora is ready to meet it. Then I'll sit at the table with you. Let me know when Africa is going to put some skin in the game for Pan-Africanism. Let me know when other diaspora nations are willing to put some skin in the game for Pan-Africanism. Then I'll be full-throated support on board for it 100 motherfucking percent. Pan-Africanism is a great ideal, but it has largely failed to serve ADOS in any good stead, family. You know it, and I know it. We have been the continent's and diasporan Africans' bitch. Let me ask you a question, family. Why is it that immigrants, black immigrants from elsewhere in the world can see the value in American citizenship and then get mad when we want the fullest expression of our American citizenship? They see the value in it just as long as it's being denied to us. Answer me that. Answer me that. They love coming here. That much is clear. They love having the key that unlocks the golden door to eat off our plate. They understand the value of American citizenship. So why they mad now that we pressing for the fullest expression of our citizenship? When you can answer that question for true, you'll know what their motives are. You'll know exactly what they've been about. Family, we have held the torch of repatriation with Africa forever, and we have had no reciprocation. Brother Dynas did a broadcast, shout out to Search for Uhuru, did a broadcast the other day where he called like 20 different African embassies, and he explained the same damn thing to all of them. He said, I am a black American, descendant of slaves, and I'm also pan-Africanist. My people didn't ask to come here. We were brought here, we were enslaved here. I'm ready to come back home. Tell me, what's the process for me to be able to get citizenship in your country? I recommend you go on this channel and watch that video for all of you who think that Pan-Africanism is going to be, in the short term anyway, a real answer to our problem as ADOS. Queen Jet Black, New Possibility, said that ADOS people are dwelling on slavery. Because we identify ourselves as the descendants of slaves, we're stuck on this whole slave kick. Shout out to the 3 haters, by the way. I love you bitches too. No. New Possibilities? No. We're not stuck on slavery. We're not stuck in that. We're also stuck on 100 years of Jim Crow. We're also stuck on hundreds of years of redlining, burning down our motherfucking business districts and homes, mass lynchings, prison industrial complex, mass incarceration, mass disenfranchisement. Shit. ADOS got a whole host of items we trying to address. Slavery's just the start. We ain't stuck there, bitch. That's just the beginning. Why the fuck would I leave this country before it pays me what it owes me? Thank you, Thomas. You stole my thunder. I know that the truth is that y'all just mad because ADOS is having a barbecue and you bitches ain't invited. We having to sit down with our white people addressing shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. We not including you at the table, right? You don't get a fork and spoon here. You can sit off to the side and listen to the music. If you bitches want to pull up a table and start playing dominoes off to the side, that's cool. But this ain't your party. And you feel some kind of way about it. Well, guess what? I don't give a fuck. You call us pro-white. Like us talking to white folks about our respective issues means that we're siding with white people. You call us beggars. As if it was not for the labor of me, my mother, my mother's mother, my mother's father, my mother's father's father, his father, my grandfather, my great-great-grandfather. If it wasn't for their labor that actually made it to where your bitch ass can come here and criticize me in the first place. I'm not begging for shit. I am owed. And I am demanding what is due me. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, black immigrants and all you so-called conscious, woke, pro-black, pan-Africanist motherfuckers. If you spent half your time getting you some business and the other half minding it, you bitches would have a full-time job. You would be too busy to be worried about what ADOS people are doing for our collective benefit and uplift. Because in this day and time, right, that the largest grassroots movement we've seen since the civil rights movement. The fact that black immigrants, a lot of you so-called pro-blacks and pan-Africanists, are at the vanguard of opposition against us speaks volumes about the real power dynamic between us and you. And it also proves the fact that we need to treat you motherfuckers as enemies. Period. Point blank. The goddamn end. They tell us that we're being exclusionary, that we're trying to keep other black people from having their time in the sun. I haven't met a group that's more exclusionary than so-called pro-black niggas. These motherfuckers have been projecting exclusion onto us while they exclude mixed race black Americans, interracially dating and or married black Americans, LGBTQIA plus black Americans, blacks of different religions, and so on and so forth. How the fuck you gonna accuse us of being exclusive? ADOS ain't telling you who you gotta fuck. ADOS ain't telling you who to worship or not worship. ADOS doesn't care about your social economic class. ADOS don't care if your ass is in the mud or upper crust. ADOS don't care where the fuck you live as long as you share the same lineage, the same heritage. It is uniting us together across all spectrums of blackness. And that's got you bitches shook too. Because a lot of you motherfuckers have made profit off of our frustration, off of our suffering, off of our disappointment. And now that we're uniting together and we're holding hands and we ain't caring about whether or not the brother or sister standing next to us is gay, bisexual, or lesbian, or whatever the case may be. We don't care if they worship Ogun, Yemaya, Allah, Yahweh, Jesus, or are atheists. We don't care where the fuck they live, how they talk. ADOS is uniting us all, and it's making you bitches sick right now. It's making you bitches sick. We ain't looking at each other, worrying about what the fuck, how you live in blackness. We not acting as gatekeepers. We uniting around the one thing that can unite all Americans, descendants of slaves. And that's the fact that we are American descendants of slaves. And no, Michael, we don't care if they gay. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Because gay American descendants of slaves are still American descendants of slaves. If you got a problem with them being gay, fine. Don't hold their hand. But I'm fighting for them too, just like you should be fighting for them too. Dear Mark Vesey didn't give a fuck about none of that. Nat Turner didn't give a fuck about none of that. Harriet Tubman didn't give a fuck about none of that. So I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't want to hear that shit, Michael. If you got a problem with somebody being gay or whatever the case may be, that's on you, bruh. ADOS is about our lineage, not about who's fucking who. My wife is white, Mike. You got a problem with me? Then leave my motherfucking channel. You don't get to tell us how we do blackness. You just get to be a part of it if you are a descendant of slaves. American descendants of slaves is about America and the descendants of slaves here, period. We not for your motherfucking agendas about dick and pussy watching and policing who's fucking who. We don't care about your agendas of aligning your chakras and getting your third eye cleansed and all that other bullshit. We not about who God you worship or don't worship. We uniting around our motherfucking lineage to get ourselves free. And if you can't co-sign with that, then fuck you. This is my cause of war. If you ain't on board with ADOS, don't fucking talk to me. Don't come around me. Don't be around me, because I got nothing but contempt and smoke for you. Look, 3 people. I done told you, family. Here's your marching orders if you so desire to take them from your brother Mark Black. Moving forward, 3 things. ADOS, white folks, because we got to talk to them motherfuckers to get our business taken care of, and allies. Everybody else can get the fuck on. Period. The goddamned end. I've had it with this bullshit. This is the greatest chance that we have had in generations to exert real power across the entirety of this nation. And unlike some of what the naysayers might have you think, there is not an insubstantial number of white folks who might be willing to just go ahead and get this business done so we can move the fuck forward as a nation. Oh, won't it make a whole bunch of motherfuckers sick when that happens? Because other nations won't be able to point the finger at America anymore and say, oh, well, you can't tell us shit. Look at how you treat your niggas. There's a lot of white motherfuckers right now who, if given the choice between going ahead and just making us whole and getting rid of that debt and paying it and being done with it and continuing to take shade from the rest of the motherfucking world, they'll sign off on that. As the brother Elder BGS said, and shout out to you, brother, welcome to the broadcast, it may be America's last chance. Giving us our due is the last chance to save this declining motherfucker. Setting, let me tell you something. You know why it matters to these bitches? Because it's the way that they can get to control you. It's the way that they get to, you know what? A lot of these motherfuckers, so-called conscious, woke, pro-black motherfuckers, it's a way that they get to gaslight you and control you. That the reality of it is that the 2 things that people do anywhere they are for any given period of time, that's eat and fuck. And we're not necessarily particular about what we eat, and we ain't necessarily particular about what we fuck. Right? That if they can control how you eating, how you think, how you worship, how you fuck, then they got you by the balls on whatever agenda that they want. That's why it matters to them who you fucking and what you think and how you living. I don't give a fuck how you do blackness. All I ask, ADOS brothers and sisters, is that you do blackness with me. Do lineage with me. That's all I'm asking from you. I'm not asking for you to change a goddamn thing about what you are. I'm asking you to do lineage with me. It's our time, family. It's our time. 400 years, the bones of our ancestors have moldered in the ground. Their blood has cried out to us from the soil, like Abel's blood cried out to Cain for justice. It is our motherfucking turn, and you don't let nobody dissuade you. You don't let them tell you how to do ADOS. You tell them that you are ADOS, because this is not a movement. It is who and what the fuck you are. It's our lineage, our distinct heritage, and we will make sure that after this year and moving forward that none of these motherfuckers will ever forget. They will never fucking forget. To the white folks who may watch this broadcast, thank you, Brother Cease. I appreciate the tip. No problem. I'm glad you here, brother. To the white folks who may watch this broadcast later on, let me tell you something. I'm certain that you sit there a lot of the time and wonder what the fuck we think about you. Do we hate you? Right? Do we want to slit your motherfucking throats in your sleep? And some of us do. That's just facts. We got a long and ugly history between us. But I can't speak for all of you. But aren't you ready to go ahead and just wipe this motherfucking slate clean and be done with it so we can move forward as Americans, you and me together, us, all of us against the whole rest of these motherfuckers? I have had family members who have served in the military for 4 generations, including myself. I got brothers right now who have fought and bled, and some of them nearly died to serve this country. And we would do it again if you only go ahead and make us whole. Fix your black brothers and sisters and tell the whole rest of the world to look out, because we coming. Shout out to Officer Faulkner. Woo! That's right, Seton. If ADOS is in pain, then America's in pain. We the canaries. We the canaries. White America understand what's happening to ADOS, to the American descendants of slaves, will ultimately be visited upon you unless you correct this shit. And you ain't got much time left. Starting in 2020, you can help us make some course corrections. But I'm here to tell all of you immigrant blacks and immigrants in general, all of you so-called conscious, woke, pro-black, pan-African motherfuckers, you can either get on board with the ADOS train or you got next. Because we see you. We see you. You're telling on yourself. Like they say in the South, your slip's showing. No more trying to placate your feelings. No more trying to soft shoe and eggshell for you bitches. What we saying is what we saying. We are here for the uplift, the preservation, the maintenance, and sustenance of the American descendants of slaves first. And if we got it, the rest of blackness in general. But us first. You know, B1, black first. ADOS first. You will not divide us. You will not divide us, family. You will not divide us because we ain't having it. You know what? Let me tell you something about the power of ADOS, family. The power of ADOS is that it allows for unity in diversity. It allows for you to be black how you be black. It allows for you to be an American descendant of slaves how you do it, while still uniting with brothers and sisters that you know got your back. How fucking good does that feel? How fucking good does that feel to walk down the street and say, hashtag ADOS, and if somebody responds back, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, sister. How good does that feel to be able to go on a platform and know that that platform is speaking for your interests, speaking your agenda, uplifting you, supporting you, willing to fight, bleed, and die for you? How fucking good does that feel? Family, I love it. Golden Jaguar said ADOS is the pinnacle of black evolution in the Americas. Facts. This is us finally getting our political hats on, our economic hats on, our educational hats on, and reaching out for the one tie that binds, the fact that we all share common ancestry and lineage and heritage that don't require you to do nothing else but to just be a descendant of American slaves. Peace to you, Percival. Welcome to the broadcast. Family, we got them on the run. We got them shook. After today, any one of these motherfuckers got a problem with you on your social media, all you do is simply link this video to them. You don't have to engage with them in discussion. You don't have to try and educate them and placate them. They know we not anti-immigrant. They know we not xenophobes. They don't care about the truth. All they care about is attacking you, discrediting you, making sure that your voice be silent. They don't care about the truth. They know they're lying when they say that we're bots, when they say that we're anti-immigrant, when they call us xenophobes, when they say that we're obsessed with slavery. They know they're lying when they say that we're against other black people or that we're pro-white people. They know they're lying. They don't care about the truth. It's not about the truth for them. It's about discrediting us and shutting us the fuck up. It's about maintaining the status quo. And I'm here to tell you that this is a moment of transformation. Fuck the status quo. Fuck the status quo. No más. No more. Nine. Zilch. Zero. Nada. We, the builders of America, whose bones are the bricks of America, whose blood is the mortar of America, whose sweat is the paint that covers America, is going to fight for what the fuck is ours in America. If you got a problem with that, I recommend that you stand off to the side and have your ass several seats, because we don't give a fuck about your feelings. We don't give a fuck about your opinions. We don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. From now on, and shout out to my brother Officer Faulkner, ADOS, you need to develop the fuck you, the fuck you standard, the fuck you regimen. Are you an American descendant of slaves and you talking? No, fuck you. Are you white that we need to be concerned about how you feel about attempts to make us whole? No, fuck you. Are you an ally of ours who's willing to stand behind us and see us get our due? No, fuck you. That's all it needs to be, family. Look, y'all know what it is. Nobody does shade better than we do. So on our social media platforms, in real life, with all of these motherfuckers who've been talking ill on us, making false accusations, slandering us, I expect that moving forward, you turn the whole motherfucking area into midnight. I want it to be so goddamn shady that they can't see straight. Don't bother throwing facts at these bitches. I did that. Don't bother throwing documentation at these motherfuckers. I did that. Don't bother trying to educate them. I've done that. If they don't have enough gumption, enough wherewithal, enough cojones, huevos, balls, intestinal fortitude to come and actually talk to us about what it is that we stand for and what we're fighting for and what we hope for. If they can't fucking do that, all they should get is shade. That's right, CR. You get them motherfuckers to toilet. Shit on them. Spook. Give them shade. We ain't trying to educate you bitches. Y'all like white folks. We don't understand, like, why you guys are feeling like this. Stop clutching your pearls, bitches. Y'all know what it is. We coming and snatching the forks and the spoons out your hand and moving the plate out from in front of you. You done got fat like ticks. Now, let us eat. You know, because we made the pie in the first place. Back your hoggish ass up and let us eat. Because if you don't, we're pushing you out of the chair and we taking your spot. Your little sinecures are no longer secure for you. We are coming. And you can either ride with us or we can dance. We can dance. I remember that scene before I finish this up, family. Actually, press 1 in the chat if y'all want me to open up the Discord so I can let y'all chop. I've been going at it for a minute, right? So if y'all want, I'll go ahead and end this one so y'all could share it with your peoples. Make sure that you follow me on Facebook. I put a link in the description field to my Facebook page, Black Outcast Media Broadcasting. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, right? Black Outcast at Twitter. A lot of you are coming from my Twitter, and I'm glad to see y'all, right? Shout out to the Black Order. Shout out to the Gray Regime. Shout out to the Itmore Nation. I see y'all, and I appreciate the love and support. But if y'all want me to open it up, now remember, if I open it up, this is the motherfucking topic. We're not going to get sidetracked on any other shit except this. So if you can keep it on topic, I will definitely open. Okay, I'm seeing that they want me to open it up, so I'm going to open it up. But before I finish this up, family, I just want to say this. I remember that scene in 300 when the Persian was talking to that Spartan, and he said, we have 1,000,000 men here and enough arrows that we can blot out the sun. What did that white boy tell him? Well, then I guess we'll have to fight in the shade. You, my ADOS family, have gone through an agoge. That means Spartan military training. By the way, for those of you who don't know, you have gone through a 400-year agoge. We have bred the best of the best of the best, the strongest, most baddest motherfuckers blackness have ever seen. If they want to shoot slings and arrows at us to block out the sun, then we ADOS know how to fight in the shade. We know how to fight in the shade. All right, family, I'm going to open this motherfucker up. Let's get it in. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to let them know that we're giving them both fucking barrels. ADOS, white folks, or allies. Everybody else, fuck you doctrine. Easy as pie, family. Don't take no effort. Let me go ahead and pop the link to the Discord in the chat. And y'all come on in here and let's get it in. Let's get it in. There's my man. Woo! Woo! Hey,
Stalin, profiling, shit talking, dirty walking, motherfuckers.
Officer Faulkner, I told you I was gonna get it the fuck in. I told you.
I'm gonna ask you. I love that the fact that you put in that scene from 300 when they said we got enough arrows to block the sun. I like to change that narrative a little bit, man.
Go ahead,
if you don't mind. How dare you tell? I guess we'll fight in the darkness. And how can you tell a black man in America to be afraid of blackness? We were born of the darkness. We were born of blackness. And out of blackness, you have all of creation. That's like telling Superman, I'm going to throw you into the sun. All you're going to do is make me more powerful, motherfucker.
Exactly. Brother Kraken in the house. What's good?
Release.
And I just wanted to say that
release the Grinch.
With all this ADOS going on, this movement, this hashtag ADOS, this is an opportunity that every black individual who's a descendant of slaves needs to seize. Because if just from a financial aspect, because y'all know that's my field, generational wealth is key to the success of everybody who's going to succeed you, to the future generations. And if when you look around and you see other folks, yeah, you have a few outliers, of course, athletes, all that shit. But when it boils down to the masses, you do not have the same footing. You are not on the same level because, and this is the crazy thing, every motherfucker that you see around you is standing on the backs of your ancestors. They're standing, I mean, yeah, you got immigrants and shit, but as a social class, that when we consider whiteness, they're standing on the backs. Whiteness was lifted up by blackness.
Thank you.
By being black. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, I think one of the most important things about this is closing that gap on generational wealth. Because if more people, if black people had the same opportunities, the same financial backing, the same a family, you know what I'm saying, family structure. And you know, divorce, number one cause of divorce is finances. If we were able to maintain relationships based off the strength of our generational wealth, create businesses off the facts that we got now, we have generational wealth or reparations is what niggas is calling it. Niggas, man, the possibilities are endless. Endless. Look what we did with what we got. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Exactly. See, a lot of you don't appreciate and comprehend the essence of the Grinch. See, y'all look at him as some ignorant hood nigga. When the
Not
nigga probably
me.
smarter, when the nigga probably smarter than five motherfuckers put together. See, you got not only a guy who served his country, just like you, Mark, and myself. You got a dude who can easily step into the upper echelon of this country and go to the hood. I'm gonna tell you, all the niggas on here can feed me when I can tell you a hood is a home.
That's right. That's
When
right.
guess what? We've been so downtrodden for so long. You can't hurt me. What you gonna threaten me? We're gonna make you the lowest rung of society.
You
Too
already
late,
did
nigga.
that shit.
We're gonna enslave you. Too late, nigga. What fucking more? What fucking consequence are you to me now? You need me, America. You can't create shit without me. You aren't shit without me. If it
That's
wasn't
right.
for me, 80 to 90% of the inventions that are created that everybody fucking benefit wouldn't be fucking here if it wasn't for us. The black American is your Kryptonian race. The black American are your superhumans. You would not have major sports, billion, trillion dollar sports industries without the black American. You would not have space exploration without black Americans. And by the way, you wouldn't even have the internet without black men and women.
Facts.
You wouldn't even have fucking home game and arcade consoles without the black man. You wouldn't even have blood transfusions without the black man. When that white woman said $100 billion, $100 billion, that's the down payment on the fucking house.
Facts.
Okay? You owe us, like, guess what? You owe us so much more. You owe us your lives. Matter of fact, you owe us your souls, America.
Exactly. Family.
Not to get too long-winded with
No,
this
you
one,
good,
but
brother.
god
You
damn
good.
it. But god damn it. I see, a lot of you need to go and look up your ancestry. Okay? Your boy Falk is almost 91% black. I have little to no Neanderthal in my motherfucking DNA. I'm a god among gods, okay? And even if I was half black, if I identify and I had to go through the struggles as black, I'm black, nigga.
Absolutely.
Like Grinch will tell you, what are you, like, black and Puerto Rican? Grinch still there?
Grinch? Nah, he fell off.
And he told us one time, guess what? He went through the struggles and tribulations as a black man. He couldn't hide it. That nigga's black and proud of it.
Absolutely.
See, the problem with what it is that for the longest time, we try to look up an ideology. We'll use religion. No, nigga. Why are we using the white man's bastardized religion that we gave to them 1,000 years ago? The struggles of the black American is not the struggles of everybody else.
That's right. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, Brother Charles. This is the thing that keeps me in continual amazement. First of all, I want to say, now that I got the smoke out of the way, I'm talking to my family now. Fuck them other motherfuckers. I'm talking to family
Fuck
now.
them. I told you last night before I went to sleep. Trust me, I'm home early. Been home since 9, 10 o'clock this morning, qualified at the range.
Mm-hmm.
Cupid was not the only motherfucker in the range shooting to the mask. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm proud of my black people in America saying, you know what? It's time to pay with the motherfucker you owe.
Exactly. I cannot be more proud to be a motherfucking American descendants of slaves than I am today. Y'all are rising to the occasion. I am seeing you all over everywhere, all over social media, going the fuck in. Y'all are giving these people all sorts of what for, and it's making them sick. I'm telling you, y'all are going at these motherfucking so-called conscious woke pro-black motherfuckers. You going against the immigrant people that coming at you. Anybody who's trying to dissuade you from looking for tangibles, you're shutting them down. It don't matter their color, it don't matter their ethnicity, it don't matter their race. Our blood debt is due, and y'all are demanding it be paid. I cannot be more proud of you. Welcome to the broadcast, Real Spill. Come on into the Discord, brother. I put the link into the chat. Just scroll on up.
Woo! And I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you what the forefront is. When a motherfucking Japanese Americans, fuck it. America racist ass that know the difference between a Japanese from a Laotian to a fucking Chinese to a fucking Thai. Okay? When those motherfuckers were put in the internment camps, and in 1945, 1947, you gave them anywhere from 25,000 per person, man, woman, and child, to 200,000 per person. Did you give them a stimulus package? You goddamn right.
You sure did. You know what? Why are we even talking about it like reparations? All this is a look. This is a motherfucking ADOS stimulus package that we're demanding. Right? This is to put us on par with everybody else so that we can rock with America the way America's been meant to rock with, right? We live in the richest goddamn country of the world, and we the poorest motherfuckers here. We can't express our full citizenship broke, and we earned it. It's ours. And
you know what, Mark? You know what, Mark? I love you, man. You know the folk man love you. But I'm going to debunk your shit a little bit. I'm tired of being on par. I want to be superior.
Go ahead, brother. Hey, you know me, shoot for the stars and settle for the moon, goddammit.
I ain't even settle for the moon. I want the fucking solar system. Give me the fucking sun. I want so much from this fucking country that owe us that the fucking sun revolves around us.
I hear you on that one. Hey, we deserve it. You know what? Like Miss Diddy said, come about your pockets, cuz.
Yeah, I'm going to put it to you this, Miss Denny. The most common phrase that I've ever read on every robbery report, kick that shit out.
Exactly. Run that shit.
They owe us like a whore owes a pimp. Okay?
Exactly.
I'm tired. And guess what? Everybody knows what I do for a profession. There ain't no secret. Guess what? I'm that real that I told people the first day I came on BJS's platform and Angry Man what I do. Guess what? You want to change the community? Then goddamn it, pay the fucking community. Well, you know we commit so many crimes. Liar. Guess what? You commit so many travesties. Absolutely. And we were a goddamn country. The fucking American fucking continent will be on trial in front of the fucking world court.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jazz, you from your lips, all right? Because family, that was one other thing that I wanted to touch on. But you know what I'm saying? I've already, you know my saying, if I'm going to hang for lambs, I might as well hang for sheep. It's time. I said to give them shade. But truth be told, we need to be collecting some information on these folk. We need to make sure that we let them know. I'm not going to incriminate myself, Officer Faulkner, but we need to be letting them know that their actions moving forward will not be acceptable to the ADOS community.
I'm going to tell you the same thing when it comes to street justice. I see nothing. I know nothing. But
I'm sorry. What was you saying? What?
I said I'm going to tell you what about street justice.
No. I heard you, brother. I'm like, huh? What?
Exactly. You know, what happened? What Guess
happened?
What? I'm sorry. When you have, you know how you know you got white supremacy scared? You will not replace us. Nigga, you've been replaced.
You've been replaced. Exactly.
200 years ago. What the fuck did you invent?
I want to speak on that street justice.
Hey, real. Make sure you mute whatever's in the background, brother. It's bleeding over. I want to hear what you got to say. Just mute it.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, real, but I think we also picking up something in the background too.
Is that you, Prince? You might have to mute yourself
Yeah,
until you're ready to speak.
Yeah, you gotta hit the mic, baby.
hold on, I'm gonna mute real quick.
Hold on. There we go. I'll fix it.
Okay, good on you, real well. Welcome to the broadcast, brother. You know your voice is definitely welcome. How you be?
Chilling, man. Just tuning in.
What you think about what I said, real? Casus Belli. This is a cause for war. They wanted war, now we'll give it to them.
Exactly. Period. Stand up or stand down.
Facts.
But you know what the thing is? We ain't bothering nobody.
Right?
Everybody just trying to come mess with us. We just minding
our
our little business.
We owe.
Exactly. And people act like they mad at that.
What did old boy Donald Duck Matthews say in the 5 Heartbeats? He's like, this ain't got nothing to do with you, bruh. Like, what the fuck?
You know, believe it or not, one of my favorite movies I went to see years ago was the movie Payback with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson ain't want nothing but the shit he was owed. His severance pay.
That's it.
But since you don't want to give us our severance pay, it's got to roll. And I'm going to just tell you what. If a black Americans, see, you got to understand how intricate black people play into American system. No white boy can go into a black neighborhood as a police officer, firefighter, or medic without the permission or without the security of black men and women behind him. Okay? What if we said, you know what? We ain't doing shit. We'll come to work since we can't protest, but we ain't got to do shit.
No.
Oh, you need us? Oh, you need me?
Hey, not you cut through up. I was talking to my auntie this morning. She's 70-some years old, right? She said, we need to stay home for a day. All ADOS. Don't spend a penny. Just stay home. And watch this economy. And watch how this what happens to this economy.
Do me a favor. Give a kiss on your auntie's chin for me for that one.
Do the same for me, bruh. Give that
I'll do
some love.
I'll do a better. 1 week. Everybody get the Black Plague.
Mm-hmm. Y'all hear me?
Get the Black Plague.
I think I'm sick. I'm not certain I can come in.
I call it code word Black Plague. Okay,
that's right.
And don't spend a penny.
Since you want to call it the Dark Ages or the Black Plague, the Black Plague is coming, and it's coming like a sumbitch.
You know what? Check this out, family. See, the thing about the whole ADOS thing, and this is actually really, really dope, is it's showing all of us just how much power we actually have. Believe it or not, we still have a lot of brothers and sisters who are ADOS to convince to get on board, right? But even now, even though it's just the vanguard right now, look at how shook we got them. Can you imagine when we can count ADOS proponents in the millions? When there's 10, 20 million of us that's on board with the ADOS thing?
Man, I can't wait.
I'm telling you, y'all not ready. We dreaming too small, family. We only can grow from here. All we need to do is adopt the fuck it doctrine. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ADOS or them white folks that we're going to have to deal with to get our due or allies, shut the fuck up and fall the fuck back.
Exactly.
And we could get this done.
That's what's funny as shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Guess what I told the immigrants? I said, y'all keep messing with ADOS, I'm going to call ICE on y'all. And I'm going to demand that your visas get took and you be deported.
Hey, I'm going to tell you real. There's this. Hold on a second, Officer Faulkner, because I need to shout this out. There was this sister, she's ADOS, named China Fox here on YouTube, who did a whole broadcast calling ADOS savages because somebody using a hashtag ADOS or whatever the case may be tried to have somebody deported. And I just kept thinking throughout her broadcast where she was ranting and raving and talking about how she disgusted with us and this, that, and the third. I was just thinking, damn, I wish I had a thought of that.
You know what? Fuck that fat bitch.
They don't want to see the
Fuck
real
that
true
fat
pro.
bitch. For real.
They don't want to see the true ADOS power, do they?
No, that's what I'm telling them. We've been nice, family. Y'all have been nice as hell. Y'all have been, I'm telling you, y'all have been sweet.
But
But
look,
I'm
this
telling you,
this is
they
what I'm
want war.
saying.
We
This
could
all
give
this
it to
shit
them.
starts on the individual level. This is what I'm trying to let niggas know. If you want, if you talk about street justice, or you talking whether you're talking about street justice or you're talking about uh you know political motherfucking groups and movements and shit. All this shit starts with the individual. You see some shit, you correct that shit. And the thing is, it's enough of us. It's enough of us from the gutter who can do this shit. But we choose to war. You feel me? We choose to war within our own communities over nonsense. What I want niggas to understand is that this is a chance for everybody to, even like, the hood wouldn't be the hood anymore if we got reparations. It
Facts.
wouldn't, because
No, we're not.
we wouldn't have the same struggles. We would not have the same problems. Everybody would have something. And yes, you're always going to have niggas you know who's greasy, and that's fine. That's a fact of life within any motherfucking ethnicity. But the thing is, niggas need to start focusing in on this ADOS shit and understand, if you want to see a motherfucking change, if you want respect in this world, you have to fucking demand it. You have to take this
Exactly.
shit.
You know
Because
what,
if you do not take it, nobody will ever give it to you.
Grinch? Didn't our
See,
brother?
see, I'm glad you said that, Grinch.
Go ahead, brother.
Power is never given. It's never begged for. It is dominated and taken. Okay? You can't expect your enemy to fucking give you something on your knee. The only time you get something is when you got your shield blocking whatever they throw at you and you're fucking sword at their face. Okay? So
That's the
when
truth.
you talking about China Fox, and to correct you, Starman, she's not built like a F-250. She's like if an excursion and an Escalade had a baby, that would be her.
Who said she was built like a
Brother
F-250?
Charles, I muted Real Spiel, and I think that was that static, right? I'm gonna bring him back. Real, I'm not blocking you, bro. I just got you muted, but I think you have some background noise. You want to check on that for us because
Hold
the
on.
family's mentioning it.
Okay,
Or
I'm
just
gonna check on that shit.
hit the mute button when you're not talking. That shit will also clear up the noise.
Hey Ramsey, get the headphones. Huh? Nah, you go in the basement, nigga.
Family, while brother Faulkner is taking care of that, I want to remind you of what our esteemed ancestor and elder Frederick Douglass said. He said people who desire change without agitation are like people that desire crops without rain. There's no way we're going to get what we want, family, if we don't demand what we want, right? So, in point of
That's real
fact,
shit.
it at the end of the day, ADOS has to be a thing. It has to, because how else are we going to find a tie that binds all of us in a way that allows us to be able to look at the brother or sister standing next to us and advocate for that brother or sister, regardless of their religion, regardless of all the other fuck shit. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that we are living in a unique ass time as black folk in this country, because this is an opportunity for us to get around the one thing that unites us all and advocate to our collective benefit. There's another thing I want to address, and I want to ask you brothers to chime in as soon as I address this. Let's say, because this has been fucking with me too. There's a lot of motherfuckers who are naysayers, right? They ADOS or other motherfuckers, but they naysayers. Like, shout out to ABL punk ass. And I'm sorry, I ain't gonna disrespect the brother like that. I'll just say shout out to ABL, right? And he says stuff like,
You said SOL, right?
no, ABL.
I know what I said.
Yeah, SOL. Yeah, I feel you, right? But they say stuff like, oh, these white folks ain't gonna never give you niggas nothing and this, that, and the third. And if they gave niggas something, all they would do is just waste it and spend it. Let me ask you a question. When white folks get money, like they get a windfall, what do? They put it into the economy, right? They spend it. They get a new car, they buy a house, get some clothes, some school supplies, right? A new iPad, so on and so forth. When Asians get bread, right? When Asians get bread, what do? They put it into the economy. They spend it. They do the same fucking thing. So why is it that every time black people talk about reparations and the possibility that we might actually get cut some remuneration, some actual currency, the first thing niggas want to do is throw shade at us talking about, them niggas will do is spend it. Like we ain't Americans or something. Like we don't have a right to be engaged into the motherfucking economy.
Spend money.
You're supposed to spend that shit.
That's how you stimulate a fucking economy. See, this is what upsets me when I hear another Negro, black people don't need reparations. Did you say that about the Jew when World War II? Not only did they get money, they got a fucking country that wasn't theirs. Did you say that about the fucking Italians when they got the fire departments in your country? The fucking Irish when they got the police departments? Fuck that noise.
Exactly.
Okay? Stop fucking, because you gotta understand something, everybody. Black people suffer from Stockholm Syndrome with a combination of psychosis. They don't realize that they're the lower rungs of society. You know, we so stuck on religion, we gonna wait for our fucking, if the white, and I'll quote Dr. Umar Johnson, shout out to Dr. Umar for getting that school, by the way. So all his detractors, mostly the people who never fucking donate, shut the fuck up. But
Facts.
Back to what I'm saying. We gonna have to wait. And the good doctor said, if I gotta wait until I die to see heaven, when the white man, the Asian man, the Arab man, the red man, the yellow man sees their heaven now, then that's shit that I don't need.
That's real talk.
Fuck 'em.
That is real talk. You know what, family? I'm going to tell you, I've been an atheist for quite a few many years, right? But part of the reason I had an issue with religion is because I have this illness, right? I have a deep-seated need for shit to make sense, right? And one of the things that never made sense to me is that I'm struggling, suffering, scratching and scraping while I'm here. But that's supposed to be banking up credits so that I don't struggle and suffer and scratch and scrape later. When I would much rather not have to struggle, scratch and scrape and suffer here. You motherfuckers talk about heaven, right? Well, you got an opportunity right now with your brothers and sisters to link hands, to link hearts, and to fight for heaven for your ass right here, right now. You don't have to wait on no pie in the sky. You don't have to wait until you make it into the afterlife. You don't have to wait till you hit Jannah. You don't have to wait for none of that shit. You can have it right here, right motherfucking now. What you waiting on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My problem is with religion. None of the preachers or none of the imams talk about reparations for us. It's always put something in a plate. Donate, put something. What about everybody? When we all go eat?
Facts.
You got the power. You got this whole committee here. You can tell them to start talking about reparations tomorrow.
Exactly. We talked about it last night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Elder BGS for the State of the Black Union. We talked about it last night. We had about 4 different people put up 5 different items that are real tangibles that could change black lives today, that we don't have to wait till 2024, 2028, 2032 to get. We could get in 2020 if we link our hands and link our hearts and get on the same motherfucking page. Right? Mm-hmm. We got the game plan. I'm sick of motherfuckers telling us, okay, well, you niggas talking about an agenda. What's the agenda? Nigga, what you want? That's the agenda. What do you want? What do you need?
What Farrakhan them at too? I need everybody to be on code. Quit fattening y'all pockets. That's enough with that. We done with that.
Real. Check this out, real. Between 1985 and 2010, black people gave the black church as a collective $550 billion. That's not million with the M, my niggas. Billion with a B dollars. Now, Let me put that number into a little bit of perspective for you, if I could. There are cities, entire cities in America that are for sale that go in the range of $5 to $10 million. So 550 billion with a B dollars would have been enough to buy 1,000 cities and put in full green infrastructure, high-speed fiber internet, public utilities, and so on and so forth for our people, and we would have still had some change left over. If you want to indict somebody, if you want to look at somebody and indict them, go to Pastor Pork Chop and Reverend Do Wrong and indict that nigga. Go to Imam I Don't Give a Fuck and indict that nigga. Because they robbed you. They fucking robbed you.
You better know it.
Let me tell you something else. Before anybody else says, oh, well, the churches and this, that, and the third, let me tell you something. In America, the original revolutionary institution for American descendants of slaves was the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Martin Delaney came out of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Denmark Vesey was a bishop in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. That church was revolutionary. It built the first mutual aid societies that ultimately became the first black insurance companies in this country, right? They had fraternal organizations and burial organizations so that when our brothers and sisters died, we wasn't having to do motherfucking Patreons and GoFundMes to bury our people. You know what I'm saying? We had rent parties and we had school tuition parties where we was able to go ahead and put up funds so that we could preserve the dignity of our brothers and sisters when they fell on hard times. These motherfucking big ass mega church multi-pastor pulpits is selling you motherfuckers a bill of goods. There's a community right now, and they are a mixed ethnic group, so don't think it's just a white thing, called the Bruderhof. Look them up. Let me put the link to their organization here in the chat. Go visit the Bruderhof. The Bruderhof lives around the principles of the original Christian church as taught in Acts, where they own everything in common. The Bruderhof has 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 businesses for its members to work at. They pay the tuition, fees, book fees, all of that for their members to go and learn how to be doctors, nurses, school teachers, to come back to the community and provide that shit for their people. And they do it all together, united, under their doctrine, under their teachings. How much more can ADOS do when we push for our due and get the resources and work with a communal mind for the uplift of not just our individual selves, but for each brother and sister standing next to us? Don't tell me this shit can't be done.
We been was doing. We've been making remedy. We been was taking care of each other.
Thank you for the tip, Sister Nicole. I appreciate the support.
Who you think was doctoring the others ADOS slaves?
Thank you.
You couldn't go tell Master you was home remedies. Remedies. They made remedies. That's where all your home remedies came from.
Our ancestors did not fail, family. They simply stood there and pointed in the direction. They said, go that way. And that way was taking our due and making this firmly and fully our homeland for the first time since we've been here. This is our time. It is our time to rise. Fuck everybody who's got a problem with it. Fuck everybody who's in their feelings about it. Fuck everybody who can't support it. It's as simple as that, family. It's our time to shine. Let us start putting the smoke down. Let's create midnight everywhere we go. They want blackness. Let us give it to them. And let us get in front of these councils. Let us get in front of these politicians. Stop letting them fearmonger you about Trump and about everybody else. I don't give a fuck if David Duke gets in the office. If he's offering tangibles, me and that motherfucker can have a sit down.
You better know it immediately.
Immediately. Not tomorrow. not next week. I'll be like, President Duke, are you available at 2:00?
Right. Period.
These Democrats got y'all shook. Oh, Trump, he's gonna. I don't give a fuck. What is Trump gonna do different than any other president we haven't had the opportunity to get in front of? What is he gonna do?
Let's kick some real shit. Yo, Mark, let's kick some real shit. Most of the policies Trump came out with actually aligns with black people need. Okay? Whether if you like the motherfucker, you know what I tell people since in the military? I love an asshole. You know why? I know where I stand in the beginning.
Exactly.
I don't want a motherfucker I like.
Exactly. I don't need to like Trump.
I don't want a motherfucker I like.
I don't want a motherfucker
who gets my shit done. Okay? Black people need to stop with the cult of personality bullshit. That's what the fuck they need to stop with.
And let me tell you,
we need to stop looking for popularity content.
Let me tell y'all one other thing too while we on the subject. I know people are going to be trying to attack Sister Yvette and Brother Tone. Let me tell y'all something. I respect Sister Yvette. I respect Brother Tone. Shout out to them for their political education, for their constant advocacy, and for the spirit in which they've imbued this push, this change that we're making. But they are not our leaders. Even if Sister Yvette was to fall, God's forbid. Okay, I'm gonna accept all your gods for a minute. God's forbid. If Brother Tone, something happened to him, God's forbid. ADOS will never die. They are not the leaders.
We're a family.
They are advocates. We are family.
Period.
You don't need leaders. You got family. I got you. You got me.
Ain't no big me's, no little U's.
Facts. Let them try to shade our sister, maybe talking about her skin color or who she fucking or whatever. We know they gonna do that any goddamn way. Don't let that dissuade you. Don't let them. That's their job. Let them talk all the motherfucking shit they want, because at the end of the day, they are members of our tribe, and they are respected members of our tribe. Our agenda is the leader. Our lineage is the leader. Our ancestors' blood, bone, breath, sweat, and tears are our leaders. We don't need nobody else. We got family.
Exactly.
I like to say this. Black people up here last year talking about Wakanda. You know what's beautiful about Wakanda? We already built it. It's called fucking America.
Exactly.
You wondering about Wakanda when you should be absolute about America. Wakanda's it's your fucking money. I'm looking at it like J.G. Wentworth. It's my money and I want it now.
Period. And I don't want nothing with they. I don't want nothing they can have they from. I want everything they can exempt from. Give us the exemptions, but all that other school and this and counseling, I don't want nothing they can have their hands on.
And we will get it. We will get it, family. You know why? Because we are going to demand it. We are going to ram it down their throats.
You better know it.
We are going to demand it. We are not going to be people who want crops without rain. We are going to become the storm that's going to sweep across this nation and make it for the first time pay what the fuck it owes. Now, if you diasporans and continental Africans play nice, we can then help you fight, get your shit from the UK, from France, from Germany, from Belgium, and so on and so forth. If you play nice and you back our play, you keep your hand out of our pocket and let us get our due, we can then help you get yours. But you keep with the fuckboy shit and fuck you. It'll be sink or swim.
Period.
Exactly. Because guess what? Where the Black American goes, the diaspora follows.
And they can hate on that all they want, but that's facts.
Where the diaspora goes, all of the black world follows. If we were our own fucking country, we would be the ninth richest fucking people on earth.
And that's without that's without us having shit. Can you imagine where we would be if we actually had resources and capital and assets? We the
Doing
ninth
our own,
richest on the planet.
Guess
doing
what?
our
39
own
We
billion
thing.
just
ADOS.
and Charles, what is it? Ivy said it best. Guess what? If we get our money first, do you know we can help Haiti with the French?
Exactly. We been
Do you
banging
know?
on Haiti. We ready to go down there and riot. But I'll be damned if I go down there and riot for them only to have them shit on me here.
Guess what? We can't help anybody, and the military will teach you this shit. You can't help number one, two, three, four, and five if number one ain't right first. That's why you don't give your medic pack to anybody but your goddamn self.
Exactly. Exactly. Me handing you my M16 leaves me disarmed and defenseless. That's not gonna happen.
Nope, we've done that before. History is a beautiful, as that old R&B song said, experience is a good teacher.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, I
Mark.
fought, I fought fires in prison. The first
Hey,
thing they
Mark.
teach you when you overran by a fire, you deploy your shelter.
Exactly.
Don't run over there trying to help him. You got to deploy yours. And
Exactly.
that's another. I'm not holding nobody, especially grown people. If you grown, you know what's popping. If you ADOS, you know.
Thank you. If you ADOS, you know what this is. You see what I'm saying? We got some education to do with our brothers and sisters, our American descendants of slaves, brothers and sisters. Some of them are still buying in to some long-term pipe dreams that are not beneficial to us. I ain't gonna shit on Pan-Africanism because again, I am a Pan-Africanist myself, but I understand that I have to put Pan-Africanism on pause right now while I advocate for my shit, right? So we still got those brothers and sisters that we have to deal with, and we have other brothers and sisters that just simply don't understand what ADOS is really about, and all that is just us getting in their face, talking to them, showing them love, reaching out the hand of love into them and saying, brother, you are me and I am you. And speaking for the brothers, I did a broadcast the other day, a Morning Joe, where I talked to you brothers. Sisters, don't hate on what I'm about to say, but brothers, who needs ADOS more than we do? Who needs it
That,
more than we do, brothers?
that,
We should be at the forefront of this movement. How do you think we're ever going to have a voice? We're ever going to have any degree of priority? How do you think black men are going to get their needs met if we don't engage this movement with everything that we've got, man?
I like it
hey,
that I seen that. I
Mark.
seen
Hey,
that.
Mark. Let me, if you allow me, man, I wanna read y'all an excerpt from my book,
Go ahead, brother.
and then I feel like it's relevant so niggas understand why we feel this way. So, if y'all allow me, like a minute.
Do me a favor, brothers. Mute yourselves real quick. I want the brother Grinch to get that excerpt in. Go ahead, brother.
Hold on, let me go.
All right, so very few refuse to even acknowledge the value of black men that many of us have begun to believe that we are unworthy. In disbelief, I have watched brothers internalize this self doubt and replicate their inner feelings of inferiority in their life decisions. I have seen the assumption of defeat spread like a virus through the brothers in my community, almost as if they forgot what the blackness in their own reflection represents. We carry on a tradition of bravery, strength, and excellence that is ingrained so deep in our genetic code that even when faced with seemingly unsurmountable odds, our will and genius has propelled us from the brink of destruction time and time again. We share the same blood of those that survived the unimaginable horrors of the most inhumane slavery the world has ever seen. The entire economy of this nation was built on the backs of our ancestors who lifted a new country up to become a global superpower. Our innovation has literally transformed the way the world works and how people live in it. Our intelligence is unparalleled in every sphere of the sciences and academia. Our combat efficiency has won wars on countless different terrains in countries all over the globe. Our music is celebrated in every corner of the planet. Black men are the most desired group of men in existence. We are the most feared. We are the most hated. We are the most intimidated. Or we are the most imitated. We are the elite. And that's from the book that I'm finna drop this summer. So
Nice.
Look out for that.
Damn, man. I'm sorry, Grit. You got me.
That
I'm
shit's not fire.
ain't no
That
shame in
shit ain't
mine,
fire.
man.
That
I'm
shit's
serious.
nuclear.
Like, damn.
That shit ain't even fire. That shit's nuclear, man. That
I'm
shit's like,
sorry, bro. Like, I feel like a female right now, man. I got the vapors. Like, I'm serious. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, ain't no shame in mine, man. Brother
Hey,
Grits.
but
we
it's just
we
some real shit. You feel me?
we
Some
are the
real shit
elite.
you drop it this summer.
We are the
Did
elite.
y'all hear that, brothers and sisters?
Mm-hmm.
That's the level
Mm-hmm.
of genius that comes from the people that have been through the crucible. Do not let these motherfuckers crucify you. Do not let these motherfuckers run you down. They aren't fit to carry your sandals. Do you
Mm-hmm.
your jock
understand me?
strap. They ain't fake to carry your jock strap. Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm so tired of watching black men still die and dark nights fall. I wanna be on that fucking throne,
Yes.
holding my nuts with a middle finger in my one hand and a sword in the other, saying "fuck you, pay me." You. That's why programs like the Angry Man Standard, the fucking "We Are the Elite" by Grinch God, the Gray Faulkner Initiative. I want my brothers to be in every middle class, upper echelon genre that we have in America that says, you know what, we are your warrior class. Without us, you are nothing. Pay me. You want us to do your bidding, then guess what? You're gonna have to pay us every coin you got. You know, shit. Give me in the words of that great philosopher Biggie Smalls. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. I'm a bad, bad man.
That's right. Grinch, with your permission, brother, it would be my honor to have your book take a place here at Black Outcast Media. I will actually dedicate the time, with your permission, to do excerpts, video live stream excerpts of your book when it drops, and I will carry it here on this platform to ensure that people get access to it, brother. That was some amazing shit. And that is the type of stuff that we brothers need to be on. We are the ADOS elite. You have been through the crucible, brother, and they have not been able, no one can gainsay you. No one dominates you. You are not no beta male coon or any of that bullshit. You are mighty for the pulling down of strongholds. And don't you ever
That,
let anybody fucking
prove,
make you forget
that
otherwise.
proven time and time again.
Back. We got your
Yeah,
back.
We got
proven
you on
time and
that
time
shit,
again,
Grinch.
man.
See, you
You
know,
can't look at all the elite units in the military, all the notable units, whether you're talking about individual sailors on destroyers, or you're talking about uh, combat veterans that served in the infantry. Or if you're talking about the Marines, you cannot leave the descendants of slaves. You cannot leave black people out of the conversation when it comes to the top notch, the elite. We
Exactly.
are we are the cream of the crop. We are the whole entire reason this country is what it is today. Because if you think about it, everything runs off of money. And who generates more trends, more inventions, more uh, uh, theories, more athleticism, more anything than us. And it's time that we got our due.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You know what?
Brent,
Mm-hmm.
With
I'm gonna second that shit.
y'all's
You
permission,
gotta
brother,
understand something.
I'm gonna go ahead and let each of y'all make y'all's little final statements because Grinch, I won't lie, I want to end the broadcast on that note. Like that was some mic drop shit, bruh. So go ahead. I'll let Brother Faulkner go first. Real Spill second. Grinch, go third, and then I'll finish it up, and then we can go ahead and let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's fine Thursday. Go ahead, Brother Faulkner. I think he fell back. All right, Brother Real, go ahead.
I ain't, just stay on track, man. That's all I can say, man. We on the right
Facts.
track, man. You know what I'm saying? We on the right train, the right track, all that. You know what I'm saying? And we coming. You know?
That was the thing of beauty, Grinch. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
And I'm glad you mentioned the military elite. Okay, little
Yeah.
background history for those who don't know. I got five, count 'em, five, and I'm still counting because I'm checking my fucking DNA and my genealogy. I at least counted five generations who fought, who served this country. I'm the fourth generation to go to war. My father went to Vietnam. His father went to Korea. His father was in World War II. That alone, that commitment alone, you cannot deny my family's greatness alone. And I'm not shitting on nobody else's family because we are, like Frankie Beverly and Mays once said, we are one. How many of us can count generations of us? If we go back and just do research that the fucking country owes us. Lincoln didn't free the slaves freed Lincoln.
That's right. And we could free
Fucking
America.
the blacks freed America from the British. Why? Because we had the numbers. They didn't. Okay? Hell, even the ones who fought against this country were respected by other fucking countries. I've never been outside of America. There is not one country a black man is not fucking respected who came out of America because they know if you could go through hell here, you can survive anywhere. And when we went, we fucking grew. Not only did we grow, we thrived. Now give us our land, give us our money, give us our education, give us our tax exemption. Once again, give us our expungements of every felony and nonviolent misdemeanor. You want me to call myself a full fledged American? The motherfucker start treating me like it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Brother Grinch, you go ahead, man. Give us your final thoughts, man.
All right. Well, I mean, pretty much, Mark already told y'all what it is, and that's what it is. We got a motherfucking opportunity here placed before us to get what our ancestors worked for. In any other country, we would be riches. I've been all over the world. I went to Dubai. I've seen how the descendants of those who built the country. I've seen how they've inherited the wealth, and there's no reason why we shouldn't have the same opportunity. And the real scary thing for the opposition is the fact that we've been able to do what we've been able to do with nothing. Our ancestors, our bloodlines, our lineage is known for making something out of nothing. This is why you can see black entrepreneurs. This is why you can see black uh, uh, inventors and just black excellence all around. They want to put forth an image that doesn't necessarily portray us. They want to put forth the image, the minstrel image of the motherfuckers who kowtow to white supremacy, the motherfuckers who are, or the motherfuckers who ain't shit. That's what the dominant society wants to do. But the reality is we are. We are the greatest. And we have endured the most unimaginable shit. You feel me? Our ancestors survived the most inhumane slavery the world has, and advanced slavery that the world has ever seen.
Absolutely.
So when people tell you that you're not shit, but you're still living, breathing, you're in this country, you know what that means? That means motherfuckers survived. And there have been quite a number of us who have thrived within this chaos. So the last thing I'll leave you with is is the reassurance, right? The reassurance that you are somebody, especially the black men. You built this entire country. There is nobody out here who's better than you, stronger than you, smarter than you. Everybody else needs you. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be what it is today. This country wouldn't be what it is today. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, brother Grinch. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, all of you brothers, man, for popping in here and speaking your speech. Grinch, you shit, man. You blessed us with a motherfucker, man. Words are failing me, seriously. So
With
I'm
that
gonna,
one, Grinch, I gotta bless you with this one.
Whoa!
woo! Facts. And by the way, shout out to Gab for the tip, brother. Thank you. Yes, I did address the whole Pan-African thing, brother. Make sure you run this one back because you missed a motherfucker if you wasn't able to listen. I'm not gonna say too much more, family. We have been given our casus belli, right? Our cause for war by these denigrators, these detractors from other countries, from within, who advocate for these other countries, right? We have been told that we will never get what we advocate for, that we fools for uniting together, that we're dividing every black person on the planet Earth. We've went over their fallacious arguments, so now you know how to recognize them. But remember, family, the fuck it doctrine is in full effect. Are you ADOS talking about this shit? Nope. Fuck you. Are you white folk that we need to talk to in order to, to get this hammered out, this transaction that we need to accomplish? No. Fuck you. Are you an ally who's on board with ADOS and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish? No. Fuck you. It's as simple as that, family. It's our time to rise. It is our time to come together, link hands, link hearts around our lineage, to honor our ancestors' struggle, to make sure that we no longer have to hear the cries of their blood calling out for justice from the ground. This is our homeland. This is our place. This is our time. And we have just as much right to demand our place under the sun as any motherfucking body else. And do not be dissuaded. We have advocates. We don't have leaders. Let them throw shade on me. Let them throw shade on Yvette. Let them throw shade on Brother Faulkner. Let them throw shade on Grinch. It don't matter. We all could fall and ADOS will still rise. Let them come. They want war, we'll give it to them. So family, until the next time I see you, I want to wish you all love, peace, prosperity, and power, real power to our people.